Communication is what is interconnecting us. So our throats are actually vibrating the structure of what it means to relate to each other as physical beings. I have a physical being. Here's my 5. You have a physical being. You've got one of these too. And we're talking, and all the interactions between our physical beings is the third 5. And that is the vibration of our throat. Our throat chakras are actually holding the total complexity of our entire communicative experience, right? Really freaking cool. And the 16th point in that case is the 1. It's the Om. It's the totality of sound. It's where all the sound becomes one. All the different sounds that we can make, right? And then we get up, that's where you have communicability. It's 15 points right there in the simplex. Got 3 things in interconnection now, right? Me, you, the other, and our union together, our communication together, right? It's how communication works. And then we go up to the third eye. And at this point, we're getting to the 2-petal lotus. What's the 2-petal lotus about, right? We go, 4, 6, 10, 12, 16, 2. What's that about? Well, the 2 is actually 2 9s. And each 9 is a representation of that edge of consciousness before everything becomes one. The 9 is like the spiral into the infinite, right? And one of those 9s represents the infinite yin, and the other 9 represents the infinite yang, right? And if you look at 2 9s and you put them together, guess what? You actually get a yin and yang. You also get a 69, but we're not here to talk about that today in this workshop. So the 2 9s is the yin and the yang, and it's the yin and the yang that come together to make the whole of all vibrational experience, all change in experience, everything you experience and that others experience. This is the universal level, the 6th level, where everything is a whole, right? And at this level, what we're talking about is 666. Because not just 2 9s make this chakra here, but 2 9s make 18, right? And 18 is made up of 666. And now we have a pattern, right? Wait a second. Did you just say 666 like 3 times? Wait a second. What is this workshop I'm in? What is this guy talking about? Okay. Let me just address something for you. If your third eye, your ability to see the wholeness of all things, to interpret the differences between all types of beings, to actually develop psychic abilities and witness synchronicity and see through time and gain metaphysical power and consciousness and awareness and be able to truly interpret how other people are feeling, if you believe that the geometry that sources all of that is evil, what happens? I mean, really? You're going to block it, aren't you? If I believe that the 5-pointed star, the pentacle, represents the devil, and the pentacle is the vibrational geometry of my connection to the planet, what's going to happen to the planet? Any of this sounding familiar? I mean, look what we're doing to the planet right now, right? Look what we did to all of the very intuitive, amazing psychic healers, the witches, over centuries. We killed them. We burned them. We literally have been burning and killing off our own psychic ability. Why? Because we thought 666 was evil, and it happens to be the vibrational energy of our third eye chakra. And we thought the 5-pointed star must be evil because it's how we communicate to the planet, how we communicate to our physical beings. No wonder our health has been so fucked up. Excuse my French. 666 is not evil. It's actually the vibration of your third eye chakra, and it's a pretty good thing to reclaim. And the reason it's 666 is because 1/6 is your emotional experience, your spectrum of energy that you're feeling in your interaction with the fabric of space-time. And another 6 is the other person's feeling and vibration in interaction with the fabric of space-time. And your two feelings and vibrations come together and have a union, which is the space between us, where we're interpenetrating each other and vibrating with each other right now in this room, even across the distance of this live stream broadcast. And we are in communion. We are in oneness with each other. And it is beautiful. It's super amazing. And in fact, because my third eye is able to process all the consciousness and the information of that, I'm able to actually see through the live stream to someone on the other side and have a sense of how they're feeling. I actually have the ability, just like you do, just like everyone else on the planet, to think about someone and get a sense of how they feel. Have you ever thought about your mom and been like, I wonder how mom is? Oh man, I've been feeling my mom today. I don't know. I feel like I need to give her a call. Why? Well, that's because of this geometry in your body is enabling you to interpret the emotional energy that's going on somewhere else in space-time. This is one of those wormholes coming out of your body. This is one of your major wormholes. And it's able to connect to whatever you want. It's pretty freaking awesome. Finally, we talk about the crown up here. I illustrated with a little darker purple just for, oh, sorry, spirituality. This is still the 18. And notice that the 18 points all make a single point in the middle. Isn't that awesome? Just like union right there. Right? Call that on the spiritual level. So then what happens, right? We had 555 from physical experience, mine, yours, and ours, giving the throat. Excuse me, Mr. Microphone. And then we had the 666, my 6, your 6, and our 6 together, making the third eye. And then we have my mind, your mind, and our mind together, which make the crown chakra. And that's the entry to the crown chakra. Because the crown chakra has 1,000 petals to its lotus. Well, that's because the mind is pretty infinite. Because when you start dealing with my mind and all my perceptions of my emotions and all of my thoughts about myself through the past and all things I've experienced in the past and everything that I'm going to experience in the future and all the choices that I'm going to have, and then you add that to all of your experiences now, in the past, in the future, and then the interaction between everything I've ever been and everything you've ever been with everything we're going to be forever, you kind of get some infinite. That's where it becomes the 1,000, which really just represents infinity. So the crown chakra is built to open up to the infinite possibilities of all things. That was the 7th layer we talked about that started with the big question mark. Like, where do we go from here? Well, that's what the infinite mind is. It's the question in every moment of where do we go from here? But the first level of it is just being aware that your thoughts and other people's thoughts are connected. As soon as you realize that my mind and your mind are part of the same mind, suddenly now you're talking about big words like G-O-D. How can everything I am and everything you are be part of the same everything? That's big.